Hello! Welcome back to Desert Ox Farms. We're back on Hutan Pantai. Hey Cody. Hey Louisiana. How's it going? How's your farm coming? Cody, were you able to get Silver Run downloaded? I saw where Louisiana was knocking it back on Silver Run pretty good. That's good, man. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. I think I'm doing pretty darn good, my man. Working on the Riverbend map? Okay. You got it spread out all over. So as far as tonight, we got to make us a little money. We need to make roughly $50,000 to be able to put in our logistics center. So we got to do us a few contracts. We're almost ready to harvest on our barley. We got about 2 months to go on that before we can get to making some TMR. We should have a little milk that we need to transport. That sort of thing over to the dairy. And we might even do a little deadwood contract hunting. Just have something to make a little extra cash with. Because who doesn't love trying to find trees in the middle of a forest? So that's kind of what we got going on. This contract here is going to pay huge. So shouldn't take too awful long to get ourselves up to that $150,000. I'm looking forward to having the logistics center. Man, it's foggy up in here. Our stack of logs should be right up the road here. But yeah, it shouldn't take us very long to make that $50,000. There they are. We'll go across the bridge and turn around and come back over. Looks like a good spot. We'll bring it around. I've been trying out a lot of the FDR logging mods. And I tell you, setting up with those is a good bit different than setting up stuff with the base game. Oh. The way that his equipment handles the logs, and the way that the logs kind of respond to his equipment is so much different. So much different. What the heck? There we go. It was taking its sweet time getting switched around. It just looks and feels so much more realistic with his equipment. The way the logs, I don't know. It's just, I think it's. I asked him, you know, like some of the attachments for some of the equipment, you know. It doesn't work with your base game stuff. So I asked FDR, you know, why that was, because I didn't even notice it myself as to what the reason was. And he said it's the weight. And I got to looking, and sure enough, he's got, like, I don't know, his equipment's like 100 tons as opposed to, you know, like the maybe 30 tons or something that a standard piece of equipment might be, like an excavator or something. And it makes a big difference. Big difference. Like, I mean, if you've ever done any real logging yourself or been around any of that equipment, you can see, you know, how those things handle the wood, and it's a lot different than it is in this game. You know, I'm not an equipment operator. I've never been an equipment operator, but I've been around the equipment a lot. It's just, yeah, it's interesting. It makes you wonder, why is it that Giants doesn't, why is it Giants doesn't kind of copy his model? You know, he kind of sets a standard when it comes to the whole logging part of everything. And I don't think it would be a real high bar for them to actually get across, you know, to actually make a meaningful change. Because a lot of people really dislike the logging in the game because they find it to be extremely difficult. And a lot of that difficulty becomes in simply because of the machines. You know, when the machines can't really handle what's being thrown at them, you know, it makes it hard to handle the machine. So yeah, it would definitely be nice. Plus, he's got a lot of different stuff in there too. When it comes to harvesting trees that you don't see in the base game, you don't typically see mods for it, other than like the FDR mods and stuff. So it would be nice. It'd add a little more diversity to the logging if they would kind of change their model to match what he does a little more, because he definitely does it better. If you've never seen FDR logging, you should definitely check him out on YouTube. I mean, all he does is logging. He doesn't do any farming. So it may not be your thing, but you'll see exactly what I'm talking about after you watch him for just 2 minutes. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. The way that his machines can handle and manipulate the logs. It's a beautiful thing. I've seen operators in real life operate their machines in the exact same way. Being able to take and adjust your grab by standing the logs up on their end. It's just a surreal thing. It's difficult to do with the base game equipment, You can do it, but man, it's a struggle. Going down in there. There we go. So yeah, it would be nice to see them make some changes to all that stuff. I don't think we'll have to worry about any more of these contracts tonight, even though they're extremely lucrative. Probably just going to do this one, and then maybe see what else we can do to make us some money. Because I'd like to get that logistics center in there, and I'd like to not just move wood. So, how's everyone doing tonight? Yeah. Has anybody looked at the new news on the Nexat? Giants dropped their fact sheets Friday, and showed off the cedar and good, Cody, good. They showed off the cedar and the planter that's going to be on the Nexat. That's pretty cool. They showed they made their little video that showed the corn header. And all that's great. I think it'll actually be pretty nice for planting with. I think all right, last Sunday I was trying to think of tram lines. You gotta have tram lines to operate that thing if you're gonna spray, if you're gonna do crop destruction, that sort of thing, because otherwise it is going to destroy your crop when you run it over. So you gotta have tram lines. But when it comes to the harvesting, the harvester, from what or not the harvesting, but the planting and that sort of thing, it looks like it'll be pretty good for some of that stuff. I don't think it's going to be a one and done kind of machine, just because I do play with crop destruction, and I don't do tram lines, So, there's that. It'll be fun to kind of figure out what you can and can't do with it, I guess. I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on all that? I mean, it's our first DLC. I mean, so it's, I guess you could say it's our first bit of excitement for FS25. I mean, we got our mods and stuff coming, and that's great, but what's gonna be the next big thing for us? I don't think it's gonna be the Nexat. Think precision farming will probably be more exciting. The next patch update. I'm not gonna lie. I like this game a lot. I mean, I really enjoy playing Farming Simulator. I think it's an awesome game. It's a really relaxing game. But it's kind of messed up whenever the most exciting thing is a patch update. You start looking forward to the patch updates because each time one comes out, the game starts to, work a little more like it should. Come on, scoot up. So, yeah. That part's a little upsetting, I suppose, because, I mean, I'd much rather be looking forward and excited about the DLCs than I had a patch update. And there's no news on the next patch, so I'm not super excited about what's going on right now. Other than just being able to sit down, relax, and enjoy playing the game. What do you guys think about that? Are you still playing FS25? Do you still look forward to playing FS25? And what's the most exciting thing that you've seen so far? Is it patch updates? Is that the thing that's the most exciting to you? It certainly has been for me. It certainly has been for me. It's true what they say about Farming Simulator. Whether it's 25 or 22, it doesn't matter. It's the modders that make the game. If it wasn't for those guys, it would have a real short shelf life, you know? Oh, goodness. Look at there. We got one that's fell off the other side. Let's see if we can back up some way here. You know? Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Give us a little more of an angle so we can see it, hopefully. Yeah, we definitely got room in the truck. I just wanted to reposition. You can't see that log down there, so I was trying to get a little gap in here without binding up my trailer. Can we back up? It's not letting me back up. Did we get it? Oh man, we barely got it, didn't we? See if we can drop it on the cab of the truck. Spinning it around this way. I put the shorter end up towards the cab. It'll be easier to position it in here, so we don't drop it off the side again. There we go. Now let's try folding it up. All right, now I believe this is going to the carpenter. Let's check real quick. Yep, it's going to the carpenter in town down here by the ports. So let's head on down that way. So we can hear the toady frog. Oh, yep, there goes the toady frog. Yeah. Is the game audio coming through pretty good for you guys? Or is it really quiet? The music too loud? I had a little bit too low last week, so I had to give it just a little bump. You know, make sure I didn't turn it up too loud. Come out nice and clear, so you can. The game audio is good. Okay, good deal. You should be able to hear a rooster crow once I go under that bridge. Or when I came under that bridge, that sort of thing. I'm a little bit loud. Okay, that's the kind of stuff I need to know. Let me bring that down a little bit. See if that helps out. I don't need it peaking out. If it peaks out, then we're definitely too loud. That any better? Oh, man, goes another rooster crowing right there. Yeah, roosters hiding in the mountains. But yeah, this will be a nice contract. This will get us a little closer to that $150,000 that we need to make, so we can put our logistics center in. And that's better. Good. Okay. It's a little tricky sometimes getting that stuff dialed, especially you go back and forth between recording and you have to make differences in your settings and stuff. It'd be nice if you could have like some presets, you know. Well, you probably can. I'm just not that fancy. I feel like I'm being chased by that chicken now. We out here in this flat area and I can still hear him crowing. It is a nice morning here in Hutan, that's for sure. Uh-oh. Did I make a wrong turn somewhere? I did. I was paying attention to all the audio stuff and I wasn't looking where I was going. I made a wrong turn. Can't keep going that way. We'll run off the map. That's okay. We can course correct. We got to get out of the rooster territory. Should be a lip we can hang up here. I believe that's David's grass field right up there ahead of us. Yeah, this is the field we were plowing last week. Jump out of the tree harvester and fall through the map. Yeah, no kidding. That was hilarious. Or just hang the tree harvester at the top of the tree. That was a pretty nice little trick. I don't know how you managed that one. They said the cherry blossoms are all in bloom. So me and Cody thought about stopping by David's house, but then we thought about it. We didn't really want to talk about massages. Yeah, can't say I blame you. David's he's real adamant about the massages. I don't know about old David. We got yeah, I mean, the place is looking nice. Rolling into springtime. Look at all the cherry blossoms, man. How awesome is that? Hopefully we can get some contracts that we can start getting some stuff into our canning factory, because it's not been running for the last few months. So that's not good. We need to get a little wood over to the sawmill also. So we may have to go cut a few trees, and seeing as we don't really have a proper way to transport hardwood, we're just going to have to hook it to the winch and drag it. It's not the most ideal way to get it there, but you know, it gets there. Get those straps off and these straps off. And we got $39 a log. And we got $10,000 for that. So that's a nice contract. Now, let's look about and see what else we got going on here. We could turn that truck back in. I really thought we were going to make a little more money on that contract than that. That's okay. So, like I was saying, we need to get a little wood over to the sawmill. So let's head back up here to our second farm. We can just go right into the woods. Oh, put us right on top of the rocks here. Very nice. Find us a good big tree. Something that's good, a nice thick one that we got up here. All this belongs to us here. Something that we can get lots of wood out of. That's 7,000, almost 8,000 liters in that tree. We got there just 7,000 liters. We cut all the really big ones out of here already. Hey, that sawmill, it's a beast. That thing, it chews up some wood. You gotta really be focused on logging if you're gonna keep that thing filled up. That one's not very big. Almost 8,000. It might be just what we have to go with, something that's around 8,000 liters. Or I don't guess it really matters. We come back down the hill a little bit, back closer to the road. Oh, what's that? 2,000 liters with all those branches. That's no thank you. All right. Maybe we'll settle for something like this. I don't know. What we got here? 7,000 liters. All right, we're just going to settle for this because I don't want to look for trees all night. Give it a whack right there. We'll go ahead and get rid of this stump while we're at it. You got to love the lumberjack mod, and this thing does make your life easy. Get rid of some of these branches everywhere. Just the tip. Just the tip. Come on. There we go. We probably cut these smaller branches off and just drag them over. We're not trying to sell them, so we don't really have to worry about the length and all that kind of stuff. You caught that, did you, Louisiana? Oh yeah. That's the way a real lumberjack does it. He just climbs all over the tree, jumping from branch to branch. I'm part monkey, just so you know. There we go. Yeah, it's coming along real nice. Wait, is there... Got something still out here. Blocking our... There we go. It's blocking our view. We couldn't really see anything. Oh! That looks like that whole branch should get cut off, don't it? Yeah, probably can trim that whole thing. Just an angle that we'll get it. Maybe not this go, but we'll get it. Got that. Now let's get... I really think that whole thing right there just won't... Yeah, there it goes. I knew it. It's trying to be sneaky. Alright, so we'll leave these two on the bottom so it stays propped up. That way we can just come in here and cut these other branches off. Try to if it'll cooperate here. Okay. Why is my ring going all weird? I just want the little branch. Just the one. Oh well. I don't guess we'll do it the way I want to do it. We'll do it the way the game wants us to do it. Sometimes it's like that. Yeah, just went full spider monkey. That's exactly right. Maybe we can take this right here. And maybe this one right here. Come on, quit. Right there. Now we'll grab the tractor and we'll pull that big old stump out. Then we just run over here and hop off the rocks. Go full spider monkey again. Full send. Woo! Let's see. Do we have anything in here? Yeah, we still got 10,000 liters in there, so there's no need to bring anything over here. We'll go grab the old white and we'll get some of that wood. We'll bring it over to the sawmill. We'll get that thing pumping, and that'll be good. Hopefully we got some lumber over at the sawmill. I have not checked it. Hopefully we have some over there so that we can bring that around and sell it over at the temple. Now that we actually have a way to make lumber. So that way we can continue building the temple and make us some money. It's a win-win. Now that I've kind of designated this as my logging tractor, you know, I really should have put some bigger tires on this thing. I don't really think it's necessary to keep the narrows on it anymore. But then again, it'll probably get drugged back over to the farm to spray or something like that. Nothing ever stays like it is for long. You know, let's come all the way up the hill. Let's do it this way. Hopefully our winch is long enough. Let's drop this down so we don't drag ourselves off the hill. Hopefully our winch will reach. Yeah, all right. There we go. Let's drag this on up. Maybe it'll pull some of the other branches with it. Not. That's okay. At least it's not pulling the tractor over the edge there. That would be terrible. Okay. Looks like we got a branch here that we didn't get trimmed. Oh, it should be almost this whole branch, shouldn't it? From the looks of it. Maybe it's just some... Oh, nope. Okay. But it's just the little tiny limbs. But, like I said, since we're not selling it, it doesn't matter if we have it perfect. We'll still get the same amount of wood out of this as we would if we were to cut it into nice, pretty pieces. So we don't need to worry about cutting it into pretty pieces. We just got to worry about it slinging us off the side of the cliff here. cut through the middle of the field. It's April, and we got this field here with nothing in it. Oh my goodness. Do we need to plant something too? I didn't got all about this field over here. Did we miss our planting for March? That would be terrible. Let's see. Carrots and corn. I don't think we want to do carrots or grapes. Let's see. When could we plant? Oh, it's soybeans. That's what we were waiting on. And look at there. It's just right. Good deal. Thought we missed our window. We hit it just right. We got to get some soybeans put in this field. Maybe we'll get the cedar and bring it over with the Massey. Get somebody to bring that over for us even. That's not a bad idea. Let's go get this dropped off in the sawmill up here. Over at the Man Bear Pig. Gotta love the Man Bear Pig. I don't know what you guys call the sawmill, but the big old creepy cartoon bear on the side, it's the Man Bear. You know, what is it with giants and wanting to make everything so damn creepy in Farming Simulator 25? You put this big old creepy cartoon bear on the side of the sawmill with a chainsaw. You make all the NPCs just turn and stare at you like you're in the Twilight Zone. You know, I mean, what they added fog into the game. Were they trying to go for, you know, this whole horror effect? I tell you, there's some things that really creep you out. They really creep you out. You go by, look at me, I'm dragging my blade the whole time. Boy, they're going to send me a bill from the county. I tell you, those fines that you get when you're logging for tearing up a road whenever you're just pulling out of the woods, they're terrible. Yeah, Silent Hill, no doubt. I'm going to find out that I've been dead the whole time. I'm a ghost farmer. Going to have to start skipping the nights altogether. I tell you, there's no more working at nighttime in Farm Sim. You gotta love all the views that you have on this game. I tell you, you just pick a direction and look off somewhere, and it's always really scenic. You know, you gotta love that. All right, let's see if we can climb this hill. It's not even a real heavy tree we got here. Looking like a squid hanging off the back here. We're playing Squid Games now. Hurry up before it turns red. We got to get to the finish line. We made it. Good deal. Yeah, see, look. You just got to back away from that thing. That's... I mean, and look how run down it looks. He's staring at me. Look, he's just staring. Just dropping off some wood, dude. Dropping off some wood. Keep your distance. I swear it feels like Noah back there is going to pull out a gun and just start shooting at you. We got some salt, some wood chips. Oh yeah, we got some stuff. We can make some money. Heck yeah. Let's see how fast we can get this stuff loaded. I'll tell you, I know exactly how fast I can get that stuff loaded. Almost instantly. You keep hearing this chicken. I mean, they got all kinds of chickens out in these woods, man. They got wild chickens in Hutan Pantai. Every one of these hills I can hear a rooster crowing from. It is the newest version. It is. I know the HUD doesn't look the same, but I changed the HUD. I decided I wanted to go back with that 22 look. It's nice. I like it. I really like the green, don't get me wrong. I was actually more excited for the green before it came out. When I was playing 22, I had changed it to the green. Now I'm playing 25, and I've gone and changed it back to 22 colors. There's just no making PC players happy, is there? Is there a crop duster in it? Like the planes? No, it would be nice if there were. It'd be pretty cool. I haven't seen anybody that's made a mod for one yet. I know on 22 you could actually get helicopters and crop dusters. You know, if you were on PC, and that was pretty cool. But they really didn't handle very well. The helicopters were extremely difficult to fly. We'll get up here. We'll run our winch down the hill. Hook a couple of these logs that we got sitting up here, and then we'll switch over to the Massey. Go ahead and get that planter and get it over here so we can put some soybeans in the ground. I think maybe we need to cut some of these trees out along the side of the road just to clear up our view. How far can we get? It's not even touching right there. That's probably as far as we need to go. Oh, what the heck? Oh, how about that? I stuck the chainsaw up there. I didn't even realize. Down here. Let's see if we can get these at the back here. Can we get those all the way back? We can. How about that? We'll grab that one, and that one. Can we get one more? No, that's all we're going to get. Come on, fellas. Up the hill you go. It's good that they're not super heavy. That would not be good. We pulled my tractor right off the cliff. Get that picked up. Come down out of the woods here. Whoa, little branches. Whoa. Y'all can't be going so crazy. All right, we'll slow down right there. Now let's go hop over into our Massey real quick, and we will grab our seeder or our planter, whichever one we got over here. Should be the Massey right there. Yep. Actually, you know what? I think our seeder is small enough that we can use old Emerald here. She didn't get any love in the last episode, so I think it's time to bring old Emerald across town and let her plant some soybeans. I absolutely love this tractor. Let's see, need to put a little fertilizer into it. Need to put a little, oh, can we not do soybeans with this? Uh-oh. We cannot do soybeans with this. What else do we got? Emerald, you might have just lost out, girl. Let's see. I don't think I think that's the only planter that we have, or seeder that we have. We may not actually have a planter, so we might be out of luck on soybeans. Yeah, it looks like we're out of luck on soybeans. Let me check my vehicle menu just to make sure I don't have one sitting somewhere that's been misplaced. Your dad's a pilot and he wants to know? Yeah, no. Now, I think in the new Microsoft Flight Simulator, I think that there are careers in that, and there's crop dusting in that. So if your dad's looking for something he can do some crop dusting, he may actually be able to do it there, because you can do rescue helicopters and stuff like that with the new careers that they have. So that may be something he'd like to look into. Unfortunately, Farming Simulator does not have crop dusting. It's not something that's super common anymore. You know, when I was younger, this is a long time ago, you could see crop dusters all the time. It wasn't uncommon at all. And now you almost never see crop dusters. Yeah, we don't have a planter. Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to figure out another crop. Let's see. So soybeans are going to be out because we don't have the equipment to do it with. Spinach, as much as I'd like to plant spinach, I can't afford the harvester. Sunflowers, maybe. Sunflowers or corn? Hey, Briar, how are you? I say, what do you guys say? Corn or sunflowers? Sunflowers, right? I mean, you get those big old pretty yellow flowers. So how about we do sunflowers? We can set our weight down up here. We still get to let Emerald do her thing, so that's good. 100%. Bring it on back there, Emerald. Oh yeah. We'll let's see. I think we have some fertilizer in the shed over here. Let's look and see real quick. That's liquid fertilizer. That's not going to work. No, that's herbicide. And then inside, oh, this is all lime. Okay. We got lime back here. Well, I did want to do the soybeans. I did. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to plant them. So I'm having to just switch up a little bit. I think the sunflowers, we'll just be able to sell those off once they're done. Wrong chat again. No worries. You and Louisiana are in there doing your thing on River Bend. Got a few seeds right here. We'll grab these. Wait, you know what? We can't plant corn with this either. I am just going and jumping through hoops I can't jump through. Okay. Got all our grains, canola, peas, and spinach. Yote. Oh, wow. Thanks for the super there. You? Look at you. Oh, Briar dropping the $10 super chat. Thank you, Briar. That's very nice of you. We gotta figure out this crop thing. This is it's gonna drive me nuts. I gotta have something. I was really hoping to put something in that field. Maybe, just maybe, we'll end up having to break out some serious contract work. We can do rice. And I don't want to replant the rice in these fields. What about the let's see, we have long grain rice. Let's do long grain rice. Wait. Jeez. We have to flood the field for long grain rice too. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can't do peas, can't afford the machine. Sorghum. I don't think we can plant sorghum with this machine. Wow, we are bust. We are bust. Can we do sorghum? One last hoorah and no sorghum. Emerald, it is just not your week, is it, girl? So we can break out the rice planter, it looks like. And the rice planter gets to take all your thunder, Emerald. Oh, good deal. Brought all your plants in because it's going to be cold. Came with parsnips, some peas. Yeah, not going to put yourselves to that mental anguish. Yeah, I can't say I blame you for that. Peas are definitely mental anguish. The green beans are not bad. The green beans, I don't know. There's just something about the difference in the harvester. Come on, Emerald. You got this, girl. Pull on around. The green beans are not so bad, but I'm not a big fan of the peas. We'll get this started over here. Actually, we may not even get it started. We might have to flood the field before we can start it. And if that's the case, we'll just go ahead and drag us another load over to the sawmill, and then we'll come back here and get this started back up. Yeah, there's no water on the field, so it's not going to plant. Let's go ahead and flood it. I was really wanted to get rid of these fields. I want to put some sheds up here because I got all my equipment just sitting out. So I was looking at making some changes. Maybe make one of these an animal field, like for some goats, that sort of thing. But I mean, they're as far as rice fields go, they're pretty ideal locations because it's extremely flat here. As soon as you got to flood your field, you know, it's good that it's flat. You ain't got to worry about all your water running down the hill. But if you wanted to do like real big time rice harvesting, I guess you could do the fields in the middle. You wouldn't have to manipulate the terrain too awful much. These are already here. Let's see, there may be enough water in here to get this going now. Let's see if he'll get going with it. Yep. All right, good deal. It's wet enough that he'll get going. Good deal. Let's get back over here and take care of this wood. We've got plenty that we need to get sold, and we've got plenty. We just got plenty. How about that? My mouth is running faster than my brain. That's nothing new. We'll figure out something to go in that field. We'll figure out something. I mean, time's dialed back. There's plenty of time to bust out several contracts. Let's see. As far as we don't really need a super big planter, we could always hire somebody. And let's check here. Let's see. That's a windrow. All this stuff in the used store, and nothing that'll plant soybeans. How you like that? Yeah, nothing new. Thanks, Briar. Okay, so let's go look at our planters. Let's get in there. Don't want something that's going to cost us a fortune, and pretty much everything in here costs a fortune. That's only 4 meters. Let's see, that's 89,000. We could possibly lease that for a song. What's that? Oh, that's 6 meters? You know what? That's a done deal right there. Let's see what the lease price is on this. $3,000 to plant that? Yeah, we can sacrifice $3,000 to get this field planted. Turn it. Oh, wait. Oh wait, no. Okay, I was getting my series confused. I can lease it and turn it back in. I don't have to keep it on this one. That was on the River Bend series, where we got to keep a piece of equipment for at least 6 months if we lease it. In this case, we don't got to do that. So let's make sure we don't have our store deliveries turned on. That's turned off. Now we'll lease this. Yep, we'll lease this. Come on, get in there. Lease it. That's a done deal. And we'll have to get us a little bit of seed. Let's see, how much does it hold? Not much. 595 liters. Boy, this got some small tanks. Okay. Well, I need some more fertilizer anyhow, so we will get it. We'll get there eventually. Let's see, where's it at? Consumables. Solid fertilizer. A single bag should be more than enough. Yeah, if you could send some of that over, that'd be great. 24 million. I don't know. I'm kind of suspicious of 24 million. I feel like maybe government might have been involved in that. Were you getting grants from USAID? We need some seeds. Put those down at the shop also. That's a pallet. Let's take that. Just one. Come on, back it on now. Yeah. I'm trying to get rid of some money. I know of a couple of ways to do it, but they're not like ways that you can get rid of it and it just be gone. You know, not for console. As far as PC goes, I mean, it's pretty simple to just set it back to 0. On console, you know, at one time, there was a person who had released a mod that was basically for console, so that you guys could essentially just reset everything back to 0. And it wasn't really a true reset. It was a set of weights that had varying prices, and they were really expensive. Like one of the weights was $1 million, because you know on FS22 you could start with $1 million. Well, if you wanted to start like on easy, but you didn't want to start with any money, you could just purchase that weight, and it would wipe out all your cash. So you could possibly try something along those lines, but then you just end up with like a lot of harvesters, because like your most expensive harvester is right at $1 million. I don't think you want 24 of them. Yeah, there's certain things that I tell you, they really should make it to where you can do these things on console. You know, being able to manipulate your money is one of those things that you should really be able to do on console. Being able to, you know, add super strength is something that you should be able to do on console. You really should. I mean, you know, back in the day, we had the Game Shark, and you could just do up, up, down, down, left, right, AB start, or BA start, you know, depending on whether you wanted infinite lives or God mode, you know? And that same code worked for just about every game. Yeah, and the next minute it's just in flames. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I don't understand why they don't put these things in here for console to be able to get access to them. It's already programmed into the game. I know that it's programmed into the game because I can see the dev console. You know, I can go into and look at all the different commands. You're playing the same version that I'm playing, and, you know, it's just that you're on console, so they block your access to it. I'm not saying that you have to have access to the dev console. I'm just saying that certain things should be accessible to you so that you can extend how you play the game. Now, we'll say this. The more you play the game the way it's intended to be played, the more it really does stretch out the longevity of this game and make it much more enjoyable. Because each time you have to earn your way through a process, you have a sense of accomplishment where you don't get that by just adding in the money. You know, by fast tracking your way through the game, you find that as you just kind of gradually progress, you know, there's certain things that you can do. There's definitely things that I do to kind of help that out. Like I do use the boosted contracts, and you know, that's a lot of that's is it's a game, you know, and I want to get paid for the work that I do. I don't like to go out and plow some field and make $5,000 after it took me, you know, 30 minutes to an hour, whenever I can make that same kind of money doing something else much, much faster. You know, so I like for the effort to match, you know, the reward to match the effort. But other than that, you know, I don't want it to be fast tracked either. I want to be able to go through all the processes. You know, if I want to get my yield up because I want to be able to make more money off that crop, I got to take the time to do it, you know. And I like that approach. It gives you a good feeling whenever you get to the end and you harvest that crop and it's worth something. Now, I'm not saying that you got to play that way every time you play the game. For certainly not. I say play the game the way you like to play the game. But as far as just kind of adding some longevity to the game, I think that's the way to go. To really, you know, make it feel like it's worth your time to continue playing. That's exactly right. Building that log cabin out, you know, built the went in, or not built, but went in and cut the wood, took it to the sawmill, delivered it over, you know, all that stuff. You know, it's fun, it's nice. Whoa, it gives you a sense of accomplishment, like you've actually done something. And I will say this: if you decide that you're going to build a log cabin in the game, or just any of the constructibles in the game, own the sawmill. Own the sawmill. Go and cut the wood. As much as you might hate logging in this game, go and get the sawmill. Because if you have to do contracts, especially if you, like you guys that are on console, if you like to do things on the up and up, you know, you're not sitting there with $24 million in the bank. You know, you like to earn your way through, then yeah, man, my mind just went in 3 different directions and I completely lost my train of thought. Holy cow, I haven't had that happen in forever. Oh, building the constructibles. Make sure you own the sawmill, and the reason I say that is, if you go to the wholesale and you purchase the components for this, it'll cost you probably 4 times what it would cost just to buy the building already constructed. So you're going to have to do tons and tons of contracts. You're going to have to own some productions, something, so that you can generate the revenue to purchase those parts, you know, like the planks and the beams and that sort of thing. So yeah, definitely own the sawmill. You may not like the sawmill, but it's going to save you a whole lot of headache. I know you're thinking, well, the sawmill is headache. Well, build a construction site without a sawmill. You'll always be broke. When it can be a real struggle, especially when you're getting started, to have money in the game, the sawmill is one of the best ways to make money. You know, like the way I'm bringing this wood over, it's perfectly fine. You know, if you cut down a pine tree and you drag the entire pine tree all at one time, it's still worth the same amount of lumber. You don't lose anything. Now, as far as trying to sell it, you lose value there. It's just like, I guess the best way to think of it is, if you were to take a tree, cut it down, and take it over to a sawmill and try to sell it to them, and it's completely unprocessed, it's still got all its branches and everything all over it, they don't want it. They just flat out don't want it because they've got no way to process that tree down. So it's kind of the same way in the game because they don't have any way to process your tree to cut it up into smaller pieces so they can process it in their mill. They don't want it. But if you bring it to them already processed, ready to run through the machine so that they can make lumber out of it, that's more valuable to them. So they'll pay you better for it. But since it's my sawmill and I'm not that worried about it, I don't lose any value. I'm not, the tree is still, if I cut it down and it says it's worth 7,000 liters of wood, no matter how many pieces I cut it into, they're only going to total 7,000 liters of wood. It doesn't gain liters by cutting it into proper pieces. So just drag the whole tree over there and put it into your sawmill. You can cut out a lot of your work that way. Now, that's not what we did. We had all kinds of machines and stuff out there and loaded it up on trailers and we took it over to the mill. But that way can be fun too. It just depends on, kind of like, what is it you want to get out of the game? Do you just want to run around harvesting fields? Okay, well, do contracts to harvest. You don't even have to bother owning the land. Just go get contracts. Or just once you have the field planted, speed up time. Get it back around to where you can harvest. Turn seasons off. And then you can just constantly plant and grow and harvest. Plant, grow, and harvest. And it doesn't matter when you do it. Soybeans don't have to be planted in April. That sort of thing. Now we'll be back over here to the second farm. I think we'll go ahead and park this tractor. And we'll head back over and grab Emerald. I believe she's got enough horsepower. I mean, might need to check on that. But I believe she has enough horsepower that she'll be able to pull that new planter that we just picked up. And we'll run her over to the dealership there and get that hooked up. If not, we'll get another tractor and take over there. But we'll check the horsepower to make sure that she's going to work out just fine. She's got 116 horsepower. I didn't concern myself with it because I know one of the tractors that I have on the farm is definitely going to have enough horsepower. And I go into the wrong menu and it wants to save when I do it. Okay. So as far as the planter goes, it takes 150 horsepower. Okay, well, so much for Emerald. Again, I tell you, I'm not liking my little old Emerald getting cut out all the time. This guy, he's sitting there. Is he done planting or is he he ran out? I tell you, it's hard to find good help, isn't it? I mean, he runs out of saplings and it just stops. He doesn't call you. Like, hey man, I ran out of saplings. You think you could bring some? The good thing about this is there was already a fertilizer layer here. So look at that. We're 100% fertilized now. That's good stuff. We don't have to worry about coming back through and fertilizing this. We should have a good layer of lime in there also, so we don't have to worry about liming any of that. It should be a pretty hands-off field at this point. Don't have to worry about weeds. That's the beautiful thing about flooding the field, and that's the whole purpose of flooding these fields, is so that the weeds don't grow. How about that? That's one of the reasons. Well, it may not be the only reason, but it's definitely one of the reasons why you flood your fields, is to keep weeds from growing. So look at this. That's great. There's no need to roll it. That yield bonus is at 90%, and that's more than likely the lime. If I could probably come by there and do a streak of lime and test that. This should be, I think, our second time harvesting this since we've put down lime. or not second, but this will be our third time planting it since we put down. We've harvested it twice since then, so it should be down to 90%. But as far as whether or not lime is affecting actual production, I'm not sure, because the way lime is supposed to work in the game is you only have to put it down every 3 harvests, and each time you harvest it reduces it by 5% on your yield bonus. And once you've harvested your 3rd time, then you'll need to put lime down again. But it hasn't been affecting the yield bonus in the game, so it's hard to know if I'm actually getting 90%, like a true 90%, or am I getting 100%. Oh, you know what? I have patches in this field that say 100 and patches that say 90. We might be able to find out right here. Well, not if it's making a difference on the yield, but if it's the lime that is actually, like I was saying. All right, so the whole thing has been mulched. Just cut that off. We can cut the needs rolling off. Needs lime, fertilizer. It's not the lime, because it's not saying it's the lime. Okay, so much for that. Wishful thinking. Hoping we find some kind of quick solution right there. Buddy Rowe, you're doing a great job. I just want you to know. All right, let's get moving along. Let's see. We got to head back over there now. Let's go grab our white and our trailer. Oh, keep zooming. There we go. Grab our white and our trailer this time. Fortunately, we have a trailer sitting right here that we can use. Oh, well, heck, we don't need the white. We've got a truck too. Well, let's just back it right on up. There's this one game I play called Wobbly Life, and I can't wait for the space update to come out. Wobbly Life, I've never heard of that. What do you... It sounds like you're a pretty wobbly character. Is that one of those where you gotta synchronize your button presses to try to get yourself to walk around? We'll just take this over there. Hop in the cab. Making our way the only way we know how. Yeah, you gotta love mirrors in games that actually work. You know? Yeah, I've got traffic turned off just because when you do things like you stopped unexpectedly, huh? I just saw that pop up there. We'll go check on our worker again. But yeah, it's really nice when the mirrors in your games work. The AI worker, he sidetracked my thoughts there. You get a job and make money and buy stuff? Okay. What kind of jobs you get? I mean, you can actually see, you know, the trailer back there moving around. You gotta love that. I mean, it's not something new in a game, but the fact that it's an actual usable mirror, you know, it's pretty daggum cool. Oh, now, I told you, we can load this up really quick. I'll show you just how quick we can load this up. Watch it blow up in my face. It's just, you know, me being all happy that I can get this done quick and watch it not work. Yeah, I was going to get Emerald over here. I keep trying to bring Emerald into the picture. I like using that tractor. She's just not able to get where I need her to be. But I was going to bring her up here, and I was going to let her get these pallets lifted up for me. But what I'm going to do instead, let's see. Let me switch to this. Let's do it this way, right here. Can we get those loaded up? It's narrow, but I'll take it. And we'll do the same thing over her. Actually, let's see if we can get that. I want that. Yep, I wanted that loaded on there first. Unable? What do you mean you're unable? Okay, well, maybe we'll just have to go sell off these wood chips and stuff, and then come back for the rest of the stuff. Let me get out of the way. I'm going to drag these other pallets out. I'm going to do this in a little cheaty because I don't want to make 500 trips. We're going to sit these out here where they can be gotten to. Get on over here. Maybe we'll just leave the prefab wall and grab it on the next trip, because, well, actually, you know what? It's fine. Prefab wall's not going to sell at the temple either. Well, all right. It still doesn't want to load it up. Stuff's in the loading zone. Okay. How about, what side are we unloading on here? Unloading side left. Yes, that's right. There's I guess it's these wood chips right here in the way. Trying to cheat and I can't even cheat. How bad is that? Okay. Well, I guess I'll just do it like this. You know, the old-fashioned way. I can't even do it like that. Oh my goodness. I am a failure. Holy cow. There we go. Is there room right there? Can you sit down inside here? You get in there. Yeah, that works. Get you up here. I'm just wanting to make sure there's room for the other fellas over here. Hopefully this is not fixing to pick up the front of the truck up there. Tire's still on the ground. That's a good sign. Let's see if we can get this. I'm going to keep it over the axle, because I have had it pick up on me before. Is that all of them? Yeah, okay, that's all of them. Close that big old menu. Don't need that. Now, let's see if we can get ourselves somewhere to sell this. I need to see where I can sell this. Just going to sell all of it, planks and all. I need to know where the wood chips can actually be sold, because the wood chips are probably the most difficult thing to sell on here. Thank you, Giants, for that. Let's see. Come on down to the bottom here. We should find our wood chips. There they are. They won't sell at the animal dealer. We tried that last week. We could sell them on the train and the harbor elevator. Okay. We make a little bit more if we sold them on the train. But it's real easy to get down to the harbor elevator, so we'll just go there. take it down, and they'll take and load these up onto one of those ships out there, send them overseas somewhere, which is kind of funny because, you know, down at the ports in Savannah, they haul a lot of wood chips down there, bringing them into the port, you know, from around the area, and they load those wood chips up on big old container ships or cargo ships. They're not container ships; they're cargo ships. They literally just pump, you know, hundreds of thousands of pounds of wood chips into the belly of those ships, and they send them overseas. There's 24 jobs in Wobbly Life. Wow. Oh, I'm trying to read. There's a lot of jobs you can do. Prefab walls, dang it, autocorrect. Yeah. Let's see, from here, if we go, I believe it's faster to go this way. Oh my goodness. It's not going to be faster if we roll it over, is it? That was a good save. Proud of myself for that one. I probably shouldn't have stacked it quite so high. Yep. Auto load is a great feature. I don't use it a whole lot, but occasionally I will. And seeing as I don't really feel like moving pallets today, I'm just going to use the auto load. And a lot of you guys that are out there watching right now, you've seen me do this plenty of times before. You know, I won't hesitate to hop on that forklift and load pallets. I find it pretty enjoyable most of the time, but I really want to get my logistics center put in. You know, that's really kind of my goal, and I feel like progress got stagnated a bit there in the meantime. You know, while I was trying to get over and get a planter and get some wood over into the sawmill, things have slowed down. So I gotta go ahead and get this stuff over here. Then we'll worry about getting that planter, getting that field planted. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. The community server of all places needs that logistics center. That logistics center, for those of you that don't know, it's basically a warehouse that you can take and you can send all your products that you make over to that logistics warehouse so that you have everything in one central location. That way you're not having to drive around the map to pick up goods the way that I'm doing right now. That's not our road. That's the road I turned on the last time when I wasn't paying attention. I'm paying attention this time. But yeah, it just brings everything into one location for you. So if you got a cannery, a sawmill, a dairy, you're making butter and cheese, or you're making preserves or whatever, all those different things from all those different productions will just go right onto that logistics warehouse. And then whenever it gets time for you to sell, you can go over to your logistics warehouse and you can pick and choose what items you want to spawn so that you can take them to wherever it is you want to take them and sell them, so that you don't have a big old mixed load like I have right here. So I could have just chosen just wood chips from my logistics center. I turned too early this time, didn't I? Dadgummit. Just don't fall off the dock. Oh. Actually, yeah, it is. It's a pain in the butt trying to load them all from the production chain. Especially if, you know, you're running the forklift and you just want to separate it out and just get, say, just the long planks. Well, now you got to move things out of your way just to get to those long planks. Well, with the logistics center, you go in, you say, let me spawn up my long planks, and it'll put them out front for you, and then you can take your forklift and load just long planks. It's great. It's a really good mod. And it's not a super expensive mod, you know, as far as like productions and stuff go, because it works like a production. You find it under tools, but it's $150,000 to build that warehouse, you know, and it's going to hold a lot of stuff for you. Here we go. See how much we got on the front. 6,767. Now let's see what we got on the back. Okay, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. Now, a prefab wall. Where can we sell our prefab wall? Because it will not sell at the temple. Come down here. Yeah, I like that it's all in alphabetical order, especially with as many as these are, as there are the warehouse. Okay, look at that. $14,000. You can buy it for $21,000. Yeah. Go ahead and build a construction site if you want to. It'll cost you a fortune. We'll dump this stuff off over at the warehouse. And we know how to get to the warehouse finally. Yeah. We dumped it off right there. All them wood chips went in those bins, and it's going to come down that conveyor and go into that ship over there. And they're going to send it to America, and America's going to do the same thing and send it back over to Japan. Because that's just how stuff works for some reason. It's right by the surf shop. Because you see all these waves out here? You know there's lots of surfing that goes on in Hutan. I really think it's a front. The old Coco Surf House? Yeah, it's a front. Look, I mean, look at the front. There's nothing out here. It's more like a fish market than anything. You got all these aquariums out front, but they're all empty. You know? I don't know what they got going on here. And it looks like a restaurant inside. It's a surf shop. I mean, whoever the criminal mastermind is that owns this building, he's going to get caught. He's no Walter White, that's for sure. All right, let's get on over here to the warehouse. Oh, look, we finally got a green light. How about that? And watch him walk out in front of me. Nope, it's green, buddy. I'm going. You can wait. Okay, you could have got me on that one. I say no cops, no stops. Let's roll. All right, it's coming right on up here, just out of town. Not this road, but the next road should be the road to the warehouse. That should just be a loop around right there. This should be us. This should be us. I can feel it. I can feel it. There it is. Oh, yeah. You gotta love it. We'll get this dropped off. We'll head back over to the sawmill, to the Moonbear Pig. And we'll pick up the rest of that stuff and get it sold. And we're at 112,000 now. We're getting really close to that 150 that we need. Oh, look at that. 139,000. I do believe our logistics center is in sight. Let's get this pushed around. Oh, yeah. Head back over to the sawmill. See what else we can brainstorm on what to talk about that's so fascinating. I wish Shots would actually tell us a release date for precision farming. You know, what was the the last thing that they did. The Silver Run map. You know, when they did Silver Run, they said Silver Run was coming. They said it's very soon. And then all of a sudden they just drop a post saying Silver Run Forest will be out tomorrow. I personally would like a little more notice than that. Now, I know a lot of people really enjoy Silver Run. I know I really enjoy Silver Run. I think Silver Run was probably one of the best maps to come out in 22. And that's between all the mod maps, everything. You know, I'm not saying it was the best. I'm just saying I think it was one of the best. It's certainly one that I put a lot of time into. There's not a lot of room to do any farming on that map, but you can create some areas to add fields, especially like right where you start. Retracted. I don't know what you were trying to say, but it didn't like what you were trying to say, Cody. I know it wasn't something terrible coming from you, so don't sweat it. I can tell you that. Maybe try again. Just try some different words. Favorite food? My favorite food? You know, let's see. What is my favorite food? I don't have like a one particular thing that I think is my favorite. I do have several foods that I really like. And I'd say it's more like flavors or what I like. So I like rich and savory. You know, like a steak, that sort of thing. But, you know, some people really like sweet. You know, I'm not real big on sweet. I like sweet, but rich and savory is by far my favorite. You give me something that's got a good rich, like dark chocolate. I really like dark chocolate, whereas a lot of people don't like it because it's not very sweet. Well, there again, I'm not huge on the sweet. Pasta kind of guy. I hear you. What's your favorite pasta? That's what I would ask. You know, I like pasta myself. I would say lasagna is probably my favorite when it comes to pasta. Pizza? What's your favorite pizza? I bet you like anchovies, don't you? You know, my mother actually likes anchovies on a pizza. And I got to tell you, they're horrible. Those little fish, they're hellspawn. You hear me? They're the things that nightmares are made of. They're worse and more creepy than the moon bear pig right up here. Pepperoni pizza? For me, it's kind of hard to say. I do kind of scampi type. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. That's pretty good. For not hard to say, I say you picked a pretty good one. Probably a lot of people that would agree with that choice. Oh, come on, get back to the cab. There we go. Some planks. I'm gonna push this up out of the way. And hit this one on the other side. Oh, it stacked it. Very nice. Whoa. That's not a good sign. Let's see if we can get this other set of long planks right here. Push those up out of the way. There we go. Now let's see if we can get this other stuff stacked on it. Is that pallet upside down? It's on its side. Boy, I tell you, it's just stacking it up any old way, isn't it? Let's take these off. We're going to have to fix that thing back here. There we go. We'll stick it back on the back again. Let's see if that gets it to load something else. No, no, okay. So we'll go on to the back here. Get those. Now we'll get turned around and put the back end back there. Seeing as those are all up in the corner. Just pull around like this right here. You know, see, like that shrimp scampi you're talking about, it's your favorite. You see, that's got some pretty rich flavors in that too. And savory. Yeah, I like those things too. You know, it's you make it real hard when you throw things out like that. Like, what's your favorite food? Man, food is my favorite food. Get you out of here. Very buttery. Butter. Okay. What's going on with you guys? That's it. Seafood and eat it. Seafood and eat it. Why in the world are you being so ornery? Alright, let's unload it. Yep. Come on. There we go. Now, let's see if we can test our luck and see if just maybe, it'll give us this one too. Nope. Alright, so we can unload on the left side. And the whole thing is just blocked, huh? Got it unloading to the right, to the left. To the left, to the left. Come on. Come on. Come on. Just put it out there. You know what? Don't worry about it. I'll just throw it up there myself. A bit of a strong man I am. I don't know if you guys know this or not. But, yeah. Just like that. Nothing. It's nothing. Why they put this light stuff in here, I don't know. We'll take everything we can to the temple. That prefab wall will have to go back to the warehouse. And we're going to have our $150,000. The logistics center, here we come. We're almost there. I gotta tell you, I'm pretty excited about that. It's something I've been looking forward to for quite some time. Ever since I saw that mod drop for the first time, I couldn't help but think, yeah, I need that. I definitely need that. Because I'm sure if I was to ride around, I could find another place. As a matter of fact, I've got some greenhouses that have some mushrooms. You know, I can have those sent to the logistics center. This is going to be great. All the stuff that's going to be in the sawmill, it's all going to go to the logistics center. And the best part is the location. Wait till you guys see the location. It's in a really good place. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you were here last week, you already know where it's going to be. But the idea actually came from one of the viewers. He was talking about how he was actually on this map. And I'm going to go ahead and give him full credit for this because I think it was a genius idea. It's a great location. But he was telling me that he was starting to put his productions up on Field 22. Now, some of you are like, well, where the hell's Field 22? Well, that's all right. You're going to see where Field 22 is at. And like I said, if you were here last week, you would actually know already because we've actually put our dairy down there. But Cody, he's in our chat right now, and he's the one who actually that, gave me that idea. And I was like, man, that is such a great idea. It is in a really good spot. It's close by to a lot of the other sell points. So you're not having to do so much traveling. And then as far as coming up here to the temple with all this wood, it's a little closer than the sawmill even. So it's like, wow, what a great location. Yep. I don't know what you're typing, Cody, but it doesn't like you. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's Cody right there. For all of you that are in here that see, it was his idea. And I think it was an absolutely genius idea. So that's where we're going to be putting up our logistics center. And if we have some other factories, we'll probably see how we can fit them into that area and just have it as a bit of a industrial zone for us right there. Because it is a really good spot. 28,000. Oh boy. We just bloated out the water right there, didn't we? You don't need that? Don't do that. I want you to unload it. Can we switch to the truck? And then we'll reload it. Huh. So they don't want the planks at all, huh? Is there just enough planks been brought here already? Got 13,000 liters in storage. So they don't want any more planks for right now. They want cement bags. The cement factory may be the next thing that we work on. So I'm pretty sure the amount of cement that we'd have to deliver to this place, the temple would actually pay for it. The cement factory. So, yeah, we got to get this. We'll take this over to the warehouse, so we know we can sell at the warehouse. We'll sell this stuff off. And we're going to go and we're going to build our logistics center. Anyway, we're at 182,000. This is great. Actually, you know what? We're going to go build our logistics center. But we're going to get our little Massa Ferguson to planting. Because we got to get some soybeans in the ground. And get that out of the way. We got seeds and fertilizer that are sitting there waiting. We'll hire somebody, especially seeing as we've got plenty of money to hire somebody to go over and do that now. Before, it was looking like we might have to do it ourselves because our money was going to cut real tight. But hey, I tell you, you start selling lumber, especially something like one of these construction sites, whether you're on Riverbend, Hutan, Zeelanka, whatever, and it's cash money. I mean, you start rolling in it real quick. You saw that there wasn't even a full set of lumber out in front of the sawmill there. You could see that. If it had been full, we would have easily made over $100,000 because we were what, $96,000 at the beginning of the stream, $97,000, and we're at 182 right now. I mean, you may not like doing lumberjacking. You might not like messing with those trees, but those trees will pay you money. And that sucker will have that lumber sitting there like that every single month. They just turn out and turn. It is a full production facility, meaning you can run your planks, your long planks, your beams, your prefab walls. You can run everything at the same time, and it doesn't reduce it doesn't reduce the production of each one. It doesn't get split among them. They all stay at full production. So it is a cash cow. I think you figure it costs what, 200 or maybe it's $300,000. But if you figure you already got a tractor, if you go buy a winch for $6,000 just to drag your stuff over there, and you take and just auto sell it because you don't have any way to pick it up at the moment, right? So you're just cutting the trees off your property and dragging them over to this thing. Yeah, because you're just doing everything at its bare minimum. You know, every time you come around a month, 25,000, 25,000. So we actually sold $100,000 worth of goods. If it costs you $300,000 for that sawmill, you're going to pay that thing off in 3 months. That's insane. So it's what are you waiting on? You want something that you can make cash money fast? You're not going to make it that fast growing grass unless you have one really massive field. You figure when it comes to a grass field, if you got a hectare, which is 2.46 acres, right? That hectare of grass is going to make you somewhere around $30,000 a month. You know, and that's if you're going through and doing all the things that you need to do to it. You know, $30,000 a month for a hectare, which is I don't see anything that's around the hectare in size. We got to head back over to our main farm, and I can show you roughly a hectare. It's a little bit more than a hectare. It's about 1.5 hectares. Oh, look at there. Our logistics center is going to go in right here. Look how nice it looks over here now. The trees are in bloom. We even got some hedges out front. How about that? Told you there was a hedge mod in here. I went ahead and threw those in. I was trying to put them along the wall. I know if you guys that were here last week, I told you I wanted to add hedges along the wall between the trees here. But it's a restricted area. Something about the, I think it's the dairy itself being here is preventing me from being able to put the hedges in any further. Putting this hedgerow in, it's honestly is as good as I could get with hedges. And it's not great, but it is what it is. I know, right? Nightbot's out to get Cody. He was after you the other day, and now he's after Cody. You're going to have to let me know in the Discord what you said, Cody, so I can take a look at Nightbot and, you know, see if he's being overly restrictive or if it's just a simple typo thing, you know? Because I know you're not saying anything crazy in the chat. I mean, honestly, when it comes to the chat, I mean, you guys, as far as I'm concerned, are open to say just about anything. But Nightbot and YouTube, they'll jump on you. There's some things I don't want you to say in there, but I don't think anybody wants you to say them in there. No cops, no stops. Roll with it. So yeah, we'll get over here. I'll show you just how much grass you're going to have to cut, you know, for 1 hectare, just to make roughly $30,000. Yeah, exactly. You know exactly what I was talking about. You know, I mean, I don't want that kind of crap in here. But other than that, you know, say whatever's on your mind. You know. I know I will. And I'm not trying to go all unfiltered or anything like that. It's just, you know, if it comes out, it comes out. Almost back to the farm. We'll head on down here with the truck and I'll show you. Let's see. Let's drop the trailer right here. Should be out of the way right there. Come on down here and I'll show you. This is roughly a hectare and a half, which is, you know, or not, you know, it's not an uncommon size field. Right here. This grass field right here is a hectare and a half. You got to cut all this grass every other month And the value on this, well, on this right here, I think we're pulling, oh, around 35 or $40,000 a month off of this field. Or not a month, but every other month. Every other month. So technically $20,000 a month. Now the way I've got things set up, I don't mulch because mulching is just a waste of money on a field this size. It's not going to be worth the benefit. I don't fertilize this field. I roll it because when you roll it, it gives you a fertilizer state. So it doesn't cost me anything but a little bit of diesel and a little bit of time to maintain this field for roughly $20,000 a month. This big old field. You know, you get to cut it every other month. You end up making roughly $40,000 a pop. You can do that. Or you can go get yourself a sawmill. Throw a couple of trees in there. You know, you saw how I did that hardwood tree, you know. Just do that. You don't have to do anything special with it. And drag it over to the sawmill. Once you drag it over to the sawmill, look at this joker. He did not plant the whole field. Tell you what, it's hard to find good help. But yeah, you just drag it over there. You don't need to do anything special with it. Let's finish up this rice field and then we'll take the Massey down to the store and we'll get him going on the soybeans, and then we'll head over and we will... Oh, he ran out. Okay, wasn't his fault. And we'll head over and we'll build our logistics center. Yeah. Oh wait, we're not out. We got a whole bunch of slats right here. What the heck? This guy. He just decided he didn't want to plant this last row. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do it like that right there. That should be good. We'll lock it in. We'll drop it down. We'll turn it on. And away we go. Now, should hit the pipe, but I think we should actually go through the pipe. Yeah. That's nice that they did that. They took the collisions off the tip of that little pipe there. Bring it on around. This is why we're just going to go ahead and do this, because it's just not going to take very long. Looks like some of that's just outside of the edge of the field, but I guess it'll be all right. I'm not going to plant that very far edge where it's still dry. I'm not even sure if it will plant on that part. Yep, I guess it will. It just planted right there. I didn't really want to put anything up there, but, you know, so be it. It's there now. We'll top this off, stick it in one of the other fields, grab the Massey, and then it's off to build our logistics center. Yep, it's going to be great having that thing. It really is. All right, get that. Let's go around here and top it off. I mean, it's kind of a dinky looking little machine, but this thing's pretty cool. I enjoy running this and the rice harvester just because they're just so much different. Is that all you're going to hold? You're not going to fill up the back end back here for us? I guess not. We're just going to have to... Maybe there's not quite enough room to put the slats across the top, and that's why it's not filling up all the way. That's okay. Bring it in here. I want him to start the headlands first so that he doesn't do the same thing that he did a while ago. And start with the headland. Okie dokie. That should be good. 3 headlands is fine. Oh, we hired somebody different this time. I don't know, that dude kind of looks weird to me. Yeah, keep an eye on you, sir. Shrimp scampi, shrimp scampi, shrimp scampi. It's all burning your brain now, ain't it, Louisiana? That's all you can think about. For those of you that are in the vertical, I am talking to people that are on the other stream. So one of them goes by Louisiana, so I'm not trying to make fun of the state of Louisiana. Was a typo on your end? Okay. That buttery goodness. Oh yeah. It's all burning to your brain now. And it's what in Louisiana you're running what, Central Time? So it's almost 11 o'clock. Yeah. Yeah, you're just not gonna make it anywhere in time to be able to get any of that buttery goodness, are you? You're gonna have to wait until tomorrow if you're gonna satisfy that craving now. I think Louisiana is actually a pretty awesome state. I do. Aside from all the alligators. Of course, here in the area that I'm at, we live in a pretty swampy area. And we got our fair share of gators ourselves. You say nothing to do with Nightbot? Okay. Just your typo. Gotcha. Gotcha. Good deal. I mean, he's in here bullying people. You know, you got to keep an eye on Nightbot. Dude's rough, man. You know, it's like a bouncer at the club. You may be doing something that, you know, the girl doesn't mind or the owner doesn't mind, but the bouncer that's there, in his mind, you're all wrong. And that's all that matters, is that he thinks you're wrong, because he's going to bounce you, you know? You got to keep an eye on him. We got to keep him in check. Can't let him get too out of control. You tell him what you want him to do, but he doesn't always stick to your guidelines, you know? Guys, he's a rough cat, man. He's got a mind of his own sometimes. So it's good to know that he didn't do anything ridiculous. Here we go. That's not a lot. Let's get around to the casting soybeans. Bring this to our field. We'll get this started over here. We'll get these soybeans planted. And once we get the soybeans planted, we're just going to empty out this planter and return it. We're not going to hang on to it, because we don't want to pay $3,000 a month for something that we're only going to use over here to plant soybeans. At this point, I feel like we could have just bought the darn thing. One more month, and we could have bought it completely outright. We could have bought the next one up the ladder that's a little bit nicer than this. So maybe we'll do that. That way we, next month we'll do that. And we'll have us a seeder and a planter. You know, give us more options, you know. Why stay locked into the things that we're growing right now? Of course, we've got about 2 months left on our barley. And we can harvest that and get the straw, so we can start making some TMR. And our buffaloes, they should be good for right now as far as the straw bedding that we have in there with those guys. They should be good. They should, we really need a way to put down like something to get the manure back from them though. And it did not save anything. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Whenever it doesn't save, it definitely makes you want to punch a hole in the wall. This is why we play on the server. You know, if your game crashes while you're on the server, then it's okay. The server does not go off immediately. It'll stay active for a little bit, so that if you decide that you want to hop back on there, things are still going, and it saves itself before it shuts down. That way you don't lose your progress. And let's get this guy set up. 2 headlands. 2 headlands should be good. Okay. He's not happy with that spot. You have to buy everything again. Oh, he wants to start on the up downs first. Okay, that's fine. All right, now it's time. It is time to head on over and build the logistics center. I'm super excited for this. Hot dog. Come on down to field 22. Wait, what? That's not field 22. That's field 22. All right. We got it. Look at that. You put the rings around the trees out here too, boy. I'll tell you what, getting all kinds of fancy. Woo-wee. All right, so we want our logistics center on this side of the field. And it's unfortunate that there aren't any little places like that drive up in here, so we're just gonna have to run over the curb to get up in and out of here, which is gonna be fine. Gonna be just fine. Going to construction. And what a view, what a view. Look at that. Just right there on top of those cherry blossom trees. All right, so come in here to our first build menu and we'll go over to tools. All the way down at the bottom here. Well, it's going to be this way on mine. Now, most of you, your stuff isn't going to be in the same order as mine. And that's just, it's because I have a mod that does some organization inside of all that. Now, you know what's great about this logistics center is it looks just like our canning factory. See, it's a Kang's tin factory. How about that? So we're going to have 2 Kangs on the map, but one of them is actually going to be a logistics center. And the other one, I think I kind of want it. Yeah, I want it lined up this way. Just like that. Or actually, you know what? We could probably put it in the corner at an angle. Like this. I want each corner to touch a part of the field there. Yeah, I'm going to do it like that. Land is not owned by... Yes, it is. You're going to sit there and tell me the land's not owned by me. Yeah, we've got to leave at least a little bit of room. So if I don't want to get it too close, because it's got to be able to go around the building. So actually, I do need to kind of bring it back over some. That'll work. And that's why it's telling me it's because of those corners. That's why it's saying land's not owned by you, because once you get so far over, it's running into the river over here. Okay. Or not simple enough, but easy enough. Let's get it back around here to the asphalt. I'm going to paint some asphalt in here. I would really like that to be the round. So, now we're going to come off the road over here. And it looks like you're going to come out of here and you're going to kind of come around this way. So give it a little drive right there, and most of this is going to be paved out here because we're going to have our trucks out here, and we're going to have our forklift out here. But we want all this to be a nice hard surface out this way. We've got some grass planted inside of those rings. And say we come off the road like right here. That'll work. Got that little place there. And we'll shave it again. Now maybe, just maybe, we'll take and plant some grass all through there. Give us a nice line of grass across the backside. And I think that probably be a good idea. You know, come across here like this. Gotta stay inside the wall. Don't want to go across the wall, because then it's going to go into my parking lot on the other side, and I don't want to do that. So just ease it on around, best I can. I'm going to have to replant the grass that I had inside of those rings. Or maybe I put some flowers in there. Maybe that's what we'll do. All right, instead of putting let's see, trees, plants, put grass all through here. Maybe we find some flowers in here. Are there flowers in here? Wow. Okay. Decorations, fences, lights, others. Come on, Josh. You didn't give us any hedges, and now you're not giving us any flowers to decorate with? This is just insane. Absolutely insane. I mean, I'm not like all crazy about decorating and stuff, but I mean, when I decide that I want to dress up the area to make it look like it's lived in, you know, I kind of would like to have, maybe it's just me, but I'd like to have some flowers or something that I can put around. I know it's crazy, right? Crazy. We'll put our grass back inside the ring. Actually, you know, at this point, I feel like I should just do this the other way around. I should just put grass on the outside and dirt on the inside. So much for trying to make it fancy, right? I think that ship has sailed. Maybe some kind of concrete in here. Yeah, that's not going to work. Forest ground. Just going to have to go with some forest ground. You know, if we could keep a couple of those little bricks in there, that might be kind of cool. You know, something that looks kind of off, not quite perfect. Your branches are in the way. Come on, pal. Work with me. It goes out past the edge of this ring just a little when you're painting this. It's really not that big a deal. Because like I said, I'm going to probably put grass out here. The reason I didn't want it to come past this one is because of these bricks here. I'll leave a little bit of those grass sprigs in there just so it kind of looks a little grown up, where it doesn't look like it's been taken the best care of. Let's see if I come back around and I do some grass on this other area out here. You know, it'll look nice and planted and pretty. It's got a different texture than this does, but that's okay. Now we'll go over to our grass. I don't want to do a short grass. And I think we won't go quite as big as we can because we need to be able to fit it around. And that just went all up on the sidewalk. All right. Get our grass. You know, I don't know why I'm worried about this field area right here. This field area is not going to stay this way. It's not a field we're growing in. I'm trying to stay out of this field over here. I don't even need to worry about that mess. All right. I don't know why I was being... Oh, that's too big. I don't know why I was being so picky about it. And that. Come on around like that. Give this a little grass right in there. Around. We'll give this a little grass right in here. Now, you guys have to tell me what you think about the place. I know it's not great. It's not perfect. You know, it'll do. We'll do in a pinch. Yeah. Just dressing it up a little bit. Not going to take it and go like overboard with it or anything, but This way, it doesn't look quite so plain. You know, makes it a little more interesting to look at. I think, yep, I should probably bring that through there. Yep, like that. Come back in here and plant that grass back in there, like so. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, yep. Across the front, We got a little there. All right, I gotta stop. I feel the OCD kicking in. I'm wanting to start looking at all the little details. All right, that'll do. That'll do. You know, whenever you have to start all over, it definitely makes you want to punch a hole in the wall. Ain't no doubt about that. So yeah, there we go. We got our logistics center in here. We're gonna have to get us a forklift over here. Well, maybe we won't have to get a forklift in here. Oh, hey, what's up, buddy? I'm sorry. Let me get out of your way. We got a nice little drive to come in here with now. We can circle around the back if we want to. There's really no need to, so there's no need to decorate the backside because all the business is done up front. You come up here, and all your pallets will spawn across the front of the building here. Just like they do with that canning factory over there. So, yeah. There's nothing to worry about on the ends of the building. It's just this front area. This facing over to the dairy, which the dairy, you know, they were like, hey, look, dude. This is our business over here. That's your business over there. So they built a wall. They separated themselves with a wall. These guys. Tell you. Awesome. Now, of course, this tank is empty. Let's head back over to the soybean field. Let's get this guy. We'll go ahead and finish this up ourselves. You know what? I think we have a tank right here that we can get some seeds out of. We didn't have to get those seeds from over there. Right here on our second farm. Yeah. We got our own lime station right here. It's not the easiest thing to get to depending on what you're hauling, but, you know, I mean, it's here. Oh. Does it need to be opened up? No? Nope. All right. Oh, I see the cell trigger on the side right there. It's empty. That's why. Okay. I've never added anything in here. What the heck? It's not letting me access the trigger on it either. You know what that tells me? Is that it's probably going to get itself sold. And then I'll put something in there that I do like. You say check Discord. Okay. Yeah, give me just a minute and I'll check Discord. Run back over here to the store. As a matter of fact, let's see. Not that. There we go. The dealership. Head that way, buddy. Now, while he drives for us, we can look at Discord. Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's not a very good driver. Look here, pal. Hold that mess up. Bring yourself up here. All right. Now get to it. Get to it. There you go. Let's see. What is it we're looking for in Discord? Good morning, Vietnam. Oh, is this your wobbly that you were talking about? I see, I see. Your character looks like he's got a bubblegum head. Like those gumballs you get out of the candy machine, or the gumball machine. Yeah, that's it? Okay. If you guys aren't a part of the Discord and you would like to be, it's there's a link in the description where we pretty much talk about whatever. Mostly it's about farm sim. That's kind of our thing. But if you're looking for people that enjoy playing the game and you'd like to talk about the game with them, that's a good place to go. It's an ice cream head. We also have a community server. So if you're looking for like-minded individuals to play the game with, then, there's that also. I say like-minded individuals. I mean, people who enjoy playing farm sim. If you'd like to play farm sim and not play it alone, you can join the Discord, and we have a community server. It doesn't cost you anything to join the Discord, and it doesn't cost you anything to join the server. It's just there to be able to hang out, have a good time, to meet some people, enjoy yourself, You're very like-minded. Thank you very much. Yeah, and you get, silly jokes like that. But it's a fun place to hang out. There's talk about whatever you want to talk about with whoever you want to talk about it. As long as you're not upsetting anybody, everything's good. Really. That's kind of how I look at it. I enjoy getting in there. Typically, I work nights, so I don't get to interact as much as I would like with everybody that goes in there. But I do tend to be in the Discord in the mornings and in the evenings. And I tend to comment, whenever I see things to comment on. And what's funny about it is a lot of the people that are in the Discord will accuse me of spying on them. Because I'll come back and I'll make some comment about something that they've got in there. It's not that I'm spying on them. I think it's funny that they say that. I'm just getting caught up on the conversation. Yeah, I do believe this is where we left off, according to these tire tracks. Let's see. We'll do it this way here. I thought he had 3 headlands earlier. It doesn't really matter. We'll finish these up-downs, which shouldn't take but just a second. And we'll do a couple of laps. And we'll have this field knocked out. We'll have the soybeans all planted. And I'm not sure if they need lime or not. I don't think they do. So we can always look and check, see. What the heck? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't lock on to the... Yep. There's a couple of GPS mods that were on 22 that I had to say, I'm looking forward to them coming back. The steering assist is great. It really is great. If you got nothing else, I can't see you not playing this game without it. But some of these other GPS mods, whenever they do come out, I got a real strong feeling if they do come out. I will be abandoning the guidance steering. It's not friendly to me. It doesn't like me. The old GPS on 22, man, I love that mod. You know, there was oh, what was it called? The additional vehicle, uh, advanced vehicle system settings or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was called. What was it? And vehicle control add-on. Yeah, vehicle control add-on. That's what it was. That mod had a GPS system in it, and it was cool. But I felt like it was just a little bit overly complicated. You could use it without a lot of complication if you took the time to learn all the key commands to it. And then, I mean, you could just about just hit some keys. The tractor would turn around on its own and just head right down the next row, or it'd skip a row, or however you wanted to set it up. And that was great. But I still like that GPS, the regular GPS, the best, because I could have it go wherever I wanted it to go. I could adjust its angle, and it was all really simple to do. It had its own like little user interface menu that you could go into and make simple little adjustments. It was a great mod. I mean, absolutely fantastic mod. I could pull onto a field and not have my GPS set up, and just at the press of a button, it was set up. It was even simpler to set up than the guidance steering. And I could have it run anywhere I wanted. If I wanted it on that little driveway that's going between the fields, I could make it go on that driveway. It didn't matter. I had it go and do wherever, whenever. And I'm really, really hoping that comes back. Fingers are crossed. It may not. I mean, with some of the mods that have already dropped, and the fact that I haven't heard hide nor hair about that one so far, it's not looking very likely. But I gotta tell you, fingers are still crossed. Just like the Easy Dev console. For those of you that are on PC, I don't know if you ever played with the Easy Dev console. The Easy Dev console, especially, I mean, as far as streaming goes, it's almost like a must-have. It allows you to really customize a lot of things. I mean, like even this field, I mean, if I wanted to set this field up a certain way because I wanted to tell a certain story, I could just, at the press of a few buttons, have this field set up a certain way so that I could tell a story, But Easy Dev hasn't made its way back yet. We got Power Tools, and Power Tools does some of the things that Easy Dev would do. But, I mean, I could control the weather with the Easy Dev. Now, you can do that anyhow. If you're on PC, you can do that anyhow. You can use the console commands, and you can make the weather do whatever you want it to do. You can spawn in a tornado if you want to. You can do all that kind of stuff. That's great. But having that dev console, it really took like the things that you were going to use more than anything else, and it put them all in one place, where you had these nice little menus, and it was separated between the different kinds of functions. As far as like weather would have its one tab, and fields would have another, and if you wanted to spawn in objects, they'd have another, stuff like that. So it just made it all in a nice little layout, so that you could set things up. A lot of your favorite streamers that you watch out there, if you were watching them on 22, yeah, you hop in and you're watching them play, and it's like, man, how is it these guys always have so much money, and how is it that they're always harvesting, every time they get on? Well, they're using Easy Dev. They're setting things up so that they can provide a certain experience for their viewers as they play. As far as the way things worked out for us tonight, I really didn't have to do anything. Everything was just how I wanted it to be already. I had planned on getting this field planted. I had planned on doing a few contracts. All that stuff was already in the works, because I wanted to be able to earn that little bit of money to be able to put in that logistics center, because that was my ultimate goal for tonight, was to get that logistics center put in. As soon as I get through planting these soybeans, I'm going to go through and I'm going to set up the logistics center so that all the different productions I have deliver to that. And I'll show you how that's done. And it's real simple. That's what I wanted to do for tonight. That was my goal tonight. I didn't need to have the easy dev, thankfully. And even without easy dev, like I said, there's console commands and stuff that you can use. But I don't like having to, remember all those different console commands. I mean, there's a bunch of them, like a bunch of them. Like, a bunch of them. Look, you see all that? They're in alphabetical order too. I mean, there's a bunch of them. Anything you can think of, it's right there. You can do whatever you want. But I don't want to have to try to remember what does what. Things like super strength, flight mode, all that kind of stuff. You kind of remember those, but you got power tools for that. That kind of makes it a lot easier for you. So, me just kind of rambling on about what I'm hoping comes down the pipe, as far as what we got coming down immediately, precision farming. And I couldn't be happier about that. And we got that planted. So we'll take this up the hill. We got a nice shed at the second farm. We'll store our planter in there. Really want to sell that stinking silo now that I know that I can't use it. We'll back it in here. Let it sit. And now what we're going to do with this fella, we're going to get him back out here on the road and we're going to send him home. Got to get him out here where there's some traffic splines. That should be good. And now, home. Turn that on. And now he'll drive himself over there. Now, as far as the logistics center goes. Okay, come on, save. All right, we come in here. And these are all the productions that we own. We'll start off with the sawmill. Well, where it says storing, we're just going to change that to distributing. We're going to go through and we're going to do that on every one of these. We're going to change them to distribute. And our logistics center, it should actually start taking in all these different things. Let's see, where are our planks and our long planks? There we go. You can see you can do change output, selling, distributing, storing. I'm just going to set it to storing, and we're going to activate it. Activate our long planks. We're going to activate our prefab walls. And let's see, wood beams. There we go. Got all those activated now. Now that this is activated and our sawmill is distributing, it's going to distribute here. Our canning factory, if we had anything in here that needed to be distributed, we could do the same thing with that. Our dairy, we're working on some milk. Let's see, it's all set to storing. We're going to change that to, oh, keep hitting the wrong button. There we go. Selling, distributing. Buffalo mozzarella, distributing. And I think that's the only thing we got activated. Yep. So we'll go back over to the logistics center and our buffalo milk and our buffalo mozzarella right here. We'll activate these. Now it's putting a little red, exclamation on there because we don't have anything in here. But because they're activated, it's going to come this way now. And let's see, that was the dairy. We don't have anything going in there. Our greenhouse, our rice saplings. Well, we don't want to send our rice saplings over here because we kind of got them in a pretty darn ideal location. But our mushrooms are not. We're going to change those to distributing. Distributing. Most of the stuff back? Oh, that's good to know. That's really good to know. We'll come down and find our Inakis. Activate those. And the other oyster. Alright, it's all in alphabetical order too, so that really helps you find the stuff a lot easier. And this sawmill here, we got to change it. Now we'll change this output. Distributing. Now this top one is the only one that's running because this is the sawmill that's over at the second farm, and it is not a full production facility. If I activate these others, it'll, every time you activate one of these, it halves how much it'll do, and it's already dirt slow. So you just weren't. I just run the one thing out of here. And now everything is going to go to our logistics warehouse. Oh, look at that. And we're just pulling back up at the house. How you like that? So we'll speed time up just a little bit. We'll go through another hour. And that should get some things to produce. And once they do, they should distribute. A wheel loader on, really? We got a wheel loader that's on sale? Slow that back down. Let's look at that sale. What? We do like wheel loaders. I don't have a use for one. Oh, okay, it's just a bucket. You got me. You got me. You don't have any use for the wheel loader right at the moment. But look at that. $41,000 for that Manitou. What a great deal. What a great deal. This thing is really good. This would be great to have over at the sawmill, actually. This would be perfect for the sawmill. So that gets that. Now we'll pop back in here to our logistics center, and we should see buffalo milk, 866 liters right there, starting to show stuff up in here. The Inakis, 866 liters. Oysters, 981. Planks, you got planks, 866, 866, 866, and wood beams, 866. Outstanding. Everything is doing like it's supposed to do. And you see the little exclamation marks that were showing up before, they're no longer there because those productions are running. Now, as far as our buffalo milk, it's running pretty low. There's only 259 liters there. It's going to finish running through these cycles by the end of the month. So we need to grab our tank over here. Did old Buddy Road not do any? He went around the field one time. All right. Click to switch. Let's do start with the up downs. How about that? Can you do that for me, buddy? Yep. That click to switch, man, that's a great mod. Tell you what. Oof. Let's go over here and see if we got a little milk at the dairy or at the buffalo farm. Across the road here. And we got just a hair of straw left in that shredder right there. Okay. How much do we got in here? Oh, 247 liters. Man, that is not very good, is it? How healthy are our buffaloes? Do they have plenty of food? They have plenty of food. They're good on straw. They should be good on straw for the next 2 months if my calculations are right. If they're right. If they're right. Let's see. Yeah, everybody's they're all happy. Yeah. Reproduction at 70%, 30%. It looks like Oh yeah, these are almost ready to sell. These Angus here, these aren't producing any milk. So I mean, we don't have what 10, 15 buffaloes actually producing milk right at the moment, which is fine. But we're fixing to have more real soon. This herd here, these 10 are about to have some babies, so that's another 10 buffaloes that'll get added in pretty soon, which is good. And let's see, these fellas, there's a lot of silage in here, which I really just kind of need to let them get eaten up, because I'm pretty sure, let's see, there's 22,000 liters. Within about the next 2 to 3 months, these Angus should be ready to sell. And we'll take the money we make from those, we'll buy a few more buffaloes. And not only that, but our barley fields will be ready. So once our barley fields are ready, we'll have all the ingredients that we need so that we can start making our TMR. We'll have to purchase some mineral feed, but that's okay. We got everything. We got some silage out here. We got some hay. We just need straw. And I don't want to purchase the straw because that kind of defeats the purpose. But we'll start feeding these guys TMR. So we're going to try to keep them on a bare minimum from this point forward when it comes to silage. You know, it's the best thing we got for them right now, but it's not the best thing as far as getting them to produce milk. So we're going to have a reduced production for the next, I guess, 2 months. I'm not even going to bother to take this over to the dairy. It's just not going to be worth my time. And I have really screwed up. Oh. Yep. I just wanted to go back across the road. So, yep. That's kind of the plan that we got going right now. Once we can get our barley and get our straw, we'll have more than enough barley, because we got 3 fields planted with barley right now. We'll have more than enough straw from that barley to make bales and for TMR and for bedding. So we're doing good. And with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I'm currently working on 2 different series at the moment. I have a survival challenge that's going on right now, and I have a Let's Play that's going on with Riverbend Springs. The survival challenge is on New Frontier. I've had some issues with some of my recording on those, and it's taken a bit longer to get those out than normal. But I am working on those, and I am making some progress to try to get the next episodes out. As soon as I'm able to, I will definitely get those out. So make sure you are on the lookout for that. If you haven't watched any of those episodes, I would recommend that you go back and definitely start with that survival series. I think that one's actually been a lot of fun. I think it's a lot of fun to watch. I really like the Riverbend series too, but you know, I may be a little biased here. So, but without, you know, further ado, I guess this is goodbye for now. We'll see you back here next week, I hope. We do this every Sunday at 8 o'clock Eastern time, and you know, come back, hang out, and you know, we'll chit chat. Yeah, take it easy, Cody. I hope you in Louisiana, I hope you're able to get things going good on the farm again, and it doesn't crash on you and you lose anything else. That was terrible, you know. And if you like playing farm sim while you listen to somebody talk about farm sim, you know, tune in 8 o'clock Sundays. Other than that, guys, have a nice night, and we'll see you next week.